It is currently 4 a.m. when I'm recording this, but I really wanted to get this video out for you guys. I know it's been a while since I last posted. I've been thinking about this idea that, one of the hardest parts of wisdom is learning to stay silent when the ego wants to speak. The ego is honestly one of the strongest motivators for the decisions that we make in terms of what our behavior is, right? And some people are more prone to talking, some people are obviously more extroverts. But in general, I think people do like to talk about themselves. It's the favorite topic to talk about. But what I've realized in life is that oftentimes the best thing you can do is stay silent, right? When you talk, you're exposing things that you don't want to say. We've all been there where we've overshared, and then you like a few hours later, you're like, oh my gosh, why did I say that? Even if it's not bad, you're just like, no one wants to listen to the guy that's constantly talking about himself, And that's hard. And as you get wiser, you realize that, silence can be extremely helpful. Sometimes the best thing you can say is nothing at all. It seems like nowadays people will try to actively, twist or misinterpret your words to sound like something that they're not. And I can say this because I've been doing social media for about 3 months now, and on a lot of my videos, people will completely misinterpret what I'm saying. It almost feels like intentionally. But yeah, ultimately it's all about self-control. It comes down to understanding how to control your urges. Silence is extremely difficult, especially in situations where, emotions are rising. I've made videos in the past, short form videos, about how like the best thing you can do to present yourself as confident and as competent is to react slowly. Let's say somebody is disrespecting you. If you just are relaxed, calm, and you wait a few seconds before you respond, this is telling the other person that you are cool, calm, and collected, and that nothing that is going on is, fearful to you or is catching you off guard. And even in positive situations, right? Like when something good happens, when you take a moment before you react and you're silent, this also conveys a level of confidence, a level of appreciation for whatever's going on. And so, yeah, silence is a very beautiful thing. It's something that I've personally struggled with a lot in my life, because it's like anytime I have something exciting to talk about, or, something that I researched recently and I really want to share it, it's like, it's not always about you, and it's not always about the ideas that you want to talk about, right? If you want a really easy way to make friends, make sure that a common topic that you're talking about is the other person. Now, this is a fine line. I will give you a warning with that, because you don't want relationships that are like purely transactional, or like you're always talking about that person. But it is an easy way to get people to like you, is if you can talk about them when you're in conversation. This is just basic human psychology. But yeah, anybody can speak, but very few people can stay silent, right? Especially when their ego is triggered. When somebody is threatening you, calling you out, if you can just learn to be quiet, to take a moment to analyze everything, you are going to present yourself as much stronger. Because silence ultimately is self-mastery, right? If you're staying calm and grounded, it's showing people that you're very intentional. And when you're intentional, people are going to respect you more. Silence additionally is going to protect your energy and emotional stability, right? It's preventing you from saying regretful words to somebody that you don't want to hurt a relationship with. It also allows you to observe and understand patterns better, other people's behaviors better. The thing is, when you're silent, it also means that you're not talking, because these things are mutually exclusive. And when you're not talking, you're observing. And this is going to play very well in any situation, in any social setting that you're in. When you don't talk, you don't need to correct yourself. A lot of times people will say things that they don't mean, or say things that they shouldn't have said, and now they have to backtrack in the future. You'll never see an introvert getting in trouble for something they said because they're not talking, right? And I know this is like an obvious thing, but a lot of people, they don't understand and utilize and really put forth their best presented version of themselves. Sometimes you just need to let the truth reveal itself without force. On a long enough timeline, the truth does get revealed. That's what I've realized in life. You don't need to press super hard on people. You know, you don't need to actively try to tell them, hey, this is how X, Y, or Z situation is, or this is how I feel, because it will get presented in due time. And I know that's hard, but once again, if you're wise, you can learn to silence yourself and let and have patience take over, and in the end you will win. Wisdom isn't measured by how much you say, it's measured by how much you can control that you don't say, right? Because that's showing that you are in control of your ego, which is something that the majority of the population doesn't understand. Thank you guys for watching.